I have a dog. My puppy.
Welcome back. Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. There's never really interest in these videos ever. We're just like so into it. Actually, that's why I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one, but two people went to the studio that day. Your favorite animation?
It's the best one.
Yet there's only one data for one of the photos.
It could have just been but also he needs to take into consideration it could have just been one person that went by it twice because it's motion activated.
Who could erase the data for the other photo? Only someone with access. The security lady herself. You're applying too much real-world logic to this.
Watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. Then why is there only one photo, dude?
But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means two people went by.
Fired twice. It shot them with paintballs. That's how they know that they've been captured by the camera. They get a paintball to the freaking shoulder.
Oh, so that's who keeps shooting Edgeworth. The camera's just in the audience?
Yes, that's what it would seem to mean.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these newfangled computery things. Edgy boy, how?
Huh? Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either.
Humph! Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Yes, she's finally done it. Whippersnapper.
Something the matter, Miss Oldbag?
That's right. I just remembered something.
My least favorite phrase. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai.
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. What a booty for no one to love.
This is why she's single.
Yep.
That and she only hits on people Edgeworth age.
Yep.
It's like, real quick, how old is Oldbag? I'm curious.
Nice.
I like how it doesn't even give us her name. It just says security lady. And age unknown. Oh, I see. Your testimony, please.
The judge is like, I'm getting real sick of this bullshit, guys. Just give me it all in the first go.
Can we just reject her testimony now? Get
Every day after I finish my car duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security check them. I throw out any dog, you and your stinky farts. Holy moly. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see? Come to think of it now, I remember throwing out one photo that day. Why?
Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this.
Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it.
Can we as a court just collectively strangle this woman?
Yes.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination.
Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected,
What?
but I kind of expected this.
Why was she Oldbag for a second?
Because I kind of forgot the voice I gave her. I'm so busy doing her voice.
I'm happy you're the witness for once.
Press.
Another job?
That's right. I check all the people that passed by the main gate that day. I look closely at every one of the photos that security camera takes.
Do you back up all the security camera data?
Well, they keep telling me to, yes. But those computers are just so frustrating.
How are you not fired?
You definitely should be fired.
How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking?
The wind is also very curious.
It's asking questions too.
Well, you can tell by looking at their faces for the most part.
For the most part? This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag.
Well, I didn't touch that suspicious looking Will Powers photo, did I?
Why exactly was that suspicious? It's just Will Powers going to set.
Yeah, for real.
I'm gonna say, I feel like that's the less suspicious photo.
Yeah.
I think she's missing the point.
Alright, cool. What photo, fam? Show me.
Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? Who in the heck the hell fucking...
A fanboy. Really?
Fanboy?
Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day. Not suspicious at all.
Wait a second. Didn't you say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The grate has been loose for a while. Remember when Ollie said this forever ago? It leads outside, and well, that's where they come in.
They come in through the drain?
I told you they were freaks! Oh, and
And?
they're kids. Children. Whippersnappers. Definitely murderers.
Kids? So, on the photo that you erased...
Listen, I just listened to an episode about a 12-year-old who murdered his grandparents, okay? Like, listen, kids can do some psychotic crap. It was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
After this episode, I'm going to look into psychiatrists. Order! Order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh yes, well, I see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him. I'm sure you could if you stopped eating your donuts long enough.
Or maybe hire a different security guard.
Yeah.
A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade, I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
People crazy. Right, as I said, I didn't pay much mind, that's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there, that makes him a suspect.
Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. The court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time.
Alright, cool, we got 5 minutes. Maya, channel.
I want to go back to, what?
I forgot it was my birthday.
Oh my god, no.
Happy birthday to...
Mr. Powers.
That was me giving dog
Yes.
kiss.
Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio. I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping. Honest.
So, who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo?
How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in this corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it. Really.
What? You should have taken better care of that stuff.
Honestly, I have a bigger question. Why didn't the costume department have that? I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal the Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me? It doesn't.
Forked.
It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now.
Nick! What are we gonna do?
First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this.
Right! And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day!
What if it was like, right? And Phoenix was like, what?
Huh? What about it?
Right. What?
Who?
What's funny is Phoenix was saying that.
No.
Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic.
Would you sound optimistic?
I'm not optimistic at all, actually.
One thing Phoenix and I have in common. Pessimism. Hey Nick, it's time!
Okay, let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Please don't sigh like that either.
Better.
Cool, now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thought on this matter? This is what happens when order mixes with chaos. You get this show. The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy, roughly 10 years of age.
Killed his grandpa.
Shut up about that. You scare me with that.
I'm just saying, this kid is not off the hook in my mind.
The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your thoughts?
Full shirt.
Defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. The judge. Order. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right. Great. As if the stakes weren't high enough.
It just gives me the biggest list ever.
So who is this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder?
Ow! Honestly, still sus. Still super sus. And still extremely sus.
Dear God.
But you could move props and backgrounds. So like you could lift it. This kid had the power of God on his side.
God
and
in anime.
this lady is just psychotic. So I'm gonna go with the psychotic right now.
Your line of thinking scares me. You're not like actually trying to do deductions. You're
No.
just oh my God.
Sometimes it's more fun to just like let it play out and not try to like think ahead. It's just more fun that way, honestly, to me.
You know, the part of the show is that I was hoping that you tried to play this game normally, but
No.
I guess not.
No.
Who?
I did this with Danganronpa too. There'd be there'd be times where like I obviously knew what I had to do and I would do the thing, but like while I was doing the thing, I'd just be like, I don't care who actually did it. Click, 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 click. Because I'd be like, if I think too hard about who actually did it, then I'm gonna be like knowing it, and then I'm gonna be sad the whole time because I'm gonna be like, I just want to convince everyone else that this is who did it.
Also, if you're curious, while she was resting on the grade school boy, I flicked her.
Yes.
She was resting on it and laughing.
Yeah. Who?
Mostly because we know what the murder weapon is, and we know a kid couldn't hold it.
He's got the power of God.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Phoenix can't hold it. The Steel Samurai strike. The kid couldn't fit in the costume. You think a 10-year-old could fit in that costume?
Yeah.
No, summarize this for me.
Yeah.
How can a 10...
So here's the thing. You know,
No.
You know that Animaniac sketch where they...
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not Animaniacs. You know the BoJack Horseman where there's the kid?
Oh.
The like 3 kids stacked on top of each other in a trench coat?
Oh,
that.
I forgot the
There you
kid.
go.
I know exactly what you mean. It's like something real guy is his name.
Yeah. There you go. That's the answer. Steel Samurai's dragging his leg in this picture. That means that whoever was in the suit knew about his morning injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady. Old bag. What? Whippersnapper.
Vincent Adult Man.
Yeah. Order. I would like a mint chocolate chip ice cream. Is this true, Old bag? Old bag? That's Miss Old Bag to you!
Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi.
True.
She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder.
Why?
Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume?
To blame someone else, dumb.
Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take a picture. She was in his costume. She could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see.
Oh my god.
Excellent detective reasoning, Mr. Wright.
You have the brain cell.
Oh yeah, right there. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. And there goes the brain cell.
And it's gone again.
That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an ejection and some new damning evidence? I present to you the new autopsy report. Presents another photo. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have any opinion on this matter? Apparently not. The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it? Edge boys, don't just sit there, do something.
That's my move. Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way.
Give Granny a break. No, we press Granny until she pops.
Ew. The very same reasoning that that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbad's action that day. Do you notice the glitch in the Matrix where his suit kind of had
Yes.
some... Okay.
But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hamer?
You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive, too. Indeed. That's it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy! The one whose photo I erased!
He's on your grade school, though. As you said, 2nd or 3rd grade, was it?
That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds top. See, she gets it.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy's not the killer.
Phoenix, come on.
Please stop trying to indict the 10-year-old.
Indict.
Please stop trying to frame a 10-year-old.
But how can you be so sure? Or is it... Oh, or is it be nice to the kids and mean to your elders day, whippersnapper? That sentence completely threw me off.
I have proof.
Proof?
Indeed. Let's see his proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder.
Moida? Moida? Oh, well, wait. He couldn't get into Studio One because he could only get into the whatchamacallit area.
Yes, but...
But also, I assume they want me to talk about how heavy this thing is.
Yes.
That was a glitch in the maker made.
Your Honor, the murder weapon was the samurai spear.
Uh-huh.
That very spear is shown here in this photo. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible. I see.
It's
Well,
not impossible, though.
Okay, so let's assume the windbag speechless. This has got to be a first. Assuming that just powers in that photo, imagine a 10-year-old boy trying to rip that from that giant man.
Well,
Please stop trying to indict a child. Just stop. It's not the kid.
I still think it's the kid. I don't care
No.
what this verdict is. It's the kid.
I'm just going to keep flicking you until you admit it's not. Court suspended proceedings on the current trial for today. You are a terrible person. You are the worst person. You are accusing a 10-year-old.
Yep.
With no evidence. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness. Miss Wendy, what was her name? Something Oldbag, Your Honor. And the prosecution will look further into this Oldbag before we continue. That is all. Court's adjourned.
Hey, we did it.
Nicolas Cage is a weird man.
Oh, wait a second. I'm not going to just sit here while you end up bugging me up the wrong tree, mate. I'm talking.
Oh, great. Stop
Nope.
the presses.
Nope. Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk.
Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not to talk about? By whom? Huh? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told him not to talk? Well, testify. Testify, testify. Can we... I really wish we could play that one song from the start of the Blues Brothers.
My lips were sealed. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. They were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They say they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. Okay, so... investors?
This is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now?
Ain't you been listening? Oh, I could have had her as a southern old lady. She said ain't. They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
I never thought of her as southern.
She's got to be southern. The way that she talks is southern.
Alright. The way you talk is southern. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag.
The thoughts Phoenix has need to be published into a book. And the judge needs to read them. While eating a burrito.
I think the best part... that's going to suck for the thoughts about the judge. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. I'm losing track of my voices. There's only 3 here and I'm losing track. I'm going to grab my water while you do this.
Did they now?
I'm going to grab my water while you do this cross-examination.
Okay. Sorry about the studio and the TV bigwigs stole this.
It's my road. I thought I had it right here.
I did not hear about this! Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. Who? Tell me! Who are these people? Well, the director and the producer, for starters. The director. Hey! We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? I said that.
You did, but I couldn't tell you you were right at the time.
I said that. I was right.
I can...
Of course. Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. So where were these people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer. Oh, great. Studio 2? Yes, Phoenix.
It's on the map, plain and simple.
Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was falling over. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already answered my questions, but...
Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder.
No, that's still they're pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it, and they gave me a little bonus on the side.
So you got your bonus, and you still talked. And that's why she got fired.
Yep.
I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask.
Is it trying to tell me stop cross-examining her?
I think so, mostly because you got who was there. I guess there's no harm in getting as much info as I can.
Okay. So I'm with the studio. They said they had nothing to do with it. See, they told me to just pretend they hadn't been in the studios that day.
So they were actually in the studio?
Yes, the whole day. When they heard about the murder, they beat it before the cops came.
That's not suspicious.
Not suspicious.
Grumble. Oh, kill this woman. I've never seen that dialogue. I've never seen Edgeworth's inner thoughts.
We love Edgeworth's inner thoughts. Can we? Alright, listen, guys.
Dude.
Who gives a single fork about Phoenix, okay? Shove him off the game. No one cares. Edgeworth. Only Edgeworth.
You're thinking there's 2 Edgeworth games, if you're wondering.
I want to play only those.
Okay. We need to beat these first.
No. I refuse to play another game as Phoenix. Edgeworth, right now.
No, shut up. I feel sorry for Edgeworth, almost. She really left him hanging on this one. Them? ... Who are these people? Dude.
Yep. Cool.
Didn't we already read this?
Yep.
Of course!
Yeah,
Of
yes,
course!
Well, I was surprised no one asked about it. Where were they? Place.
Hang on.
Place.
Do you have this on? No, you don't. I had you turn it off. The full text skip is if you press B, you can skip through text.
Well, if you look at the guide map, there's the Studio 2. It's right there. Dog, please stop farting.
What'd you feed the dog?
Nothing.
Oh, terrible person. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at the Global Studios on the day in question. Director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of. I'm choking. I understand, Your Honor. I'm choking on some water. This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned.
We did it. Woohoo.
At least got another day.
October 18th, 1:04 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 3. It's still my birthday.
Please stop. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
No, you were right.
Aw,
Really? It's nothing.
why are you smiling?
Oh,
He was thinking
or should I?
We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be tuning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination.
So, Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that steel samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windback?
What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers.
Poor old Windback. I feel kind of sorry for her. No, sweetheart, you shouldn't.
Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Honestly, I'm surprised she made it out of that courtroom alive.
Yep.
Okay, let's get down to the studios.
Right! We'll be back
What?
to visit you soon.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. Also noticed he couldn't even properly speak. To be continued in the next episode. See you next episode.
My left hand is completely covered by a dog. So I am doing this one-handed.
I played most of this game one-handed.
Alright, cool.
See
Bye.
you. Bye.
I'm sleepy.
I'm not. I'm very undressed.
I'm in a food coma.
That's because you ate a lot more than I did.
Food coma.